Are you a Christian wife, mom, and homemaker trying to figure out how do I grow as a Christian in the busyness of my day-to-day life? Well, if that's you, stay tuned because I'm going to be giving you 3 tips for how you can grow as a Christian with marriage and motherhood. Stay tuned. Hello, ladies, and welcome if you are new, or welcome back if you are returning. My name is Paula Pierre. I am first and foremost a daughter of the Most High God. I am also a wife, a mom, the founder of Beautifully Made Ministries, and the CEO of Plan with God Stationery. And I am so glad that you are here. In this video, I want to just share a few ways that I grow as a Christian, even in the busyness of being a wife, a mother, and a homemaker. I am by no means an expert. I do not have all the answers, but I do believe that I do have some tips that I think will be very helpful for you. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first way that I managed to grow as a Christian in the busyness of day-to-day life is that I keep in mind that my relationship with the Lord is just that. It is a relationship. So I value one-on-one time with God. I think it is so important when it comes to building intimacy with Him to carve out time in your day that you can spend with the Lord. Even if it is 10 minutes in the morning before your family gets up, I think that it is so crucial to building intimacy with Him. However, think about it like this. If you are married, do you talk to your spouse only one time a day? Probably not, right? So the same thing is true when it comes to our relationship with the Lord. Even though we have our one-on-one time with Him, whether that's in the morning, in the afternoon, or even in the evening, we don't just talk to Him once a day in that moment. We should be communing with God throughout the day, connecting with Him throughout the day. So even if we're washing dishes, even if we're doing laundry, even if we are rocking our child to sleep, right? Regardless of what it is, we should be in tune with the Lord. So think of your relationship with God just like your marriage, right? Yes, this relationship with the Lord is more special than our marriage, right? It is number one. It is top priority. But don't just limit it to the moment that you have with God in your solitude, but think about Him, connect with Him, talk to Him, pray throughout your day. And I promise you, you'll see a difference. The second way that I managed to grow as a Christian, even while being married and a mom and a homemaker, is just to be intentional. Going back to talking about that one-on-one time with God, this kind of ties in. Intentionality is very important if you want to grow as a Christian. Not just intentionality, but also let me throw discipline in there as well, because I believe that growing as a Christian requires those two things. It requires intentionality, and it also requires discipline. It requires you to look in your schedule and in your day-to-day life and say, I am going to spend time with the Lord. It may not be the same time every day, but I am committed to spending one-on-one time with Him because it is important to our relationship. But you also have to be disciplined enough that as you are planning out your day, that you are putting that time in and that you are actually following that plan. Now, being wives, mothers, homemakers, we know that we have to be flexible, right? So we can say we're going to do something at 5 p.m., but it may not actually happen at 5 p.m., right? Sometimes things happen, but to not let the day go by without that time with the Lord. One of the things that has helped me is when my son takes his first nap of the day. That is when I have said to myself, I don't want to do anything else during that time other than spend time with the Lord. So he could take a 30-minute nap. He can take a 1-hour nap. He can take a 15-minute nap. whatever it is, I want that time to be with the Lord. Do I get this right all the time? Absolutely not. But the point of it is that I'm trying to be intentional and disciplined about it. So when he goes down for that nap, I try to grab my Bible and my journal. I will come into our bedroom, or I may go into the office and I'll go pray and I'll worship the Lord and read the word. And for however long I can do that, I will do that. And so intentionality and discipline is so important when it comes to growing in your relationship with God, even while being a wife and a mom. And the third thing that I want to say when it comes to growing as a Christian within marriage and motherhood is serving my family as unto the Lord and not myself. Keeping God at the center of everything that I do keeps me focused on pleasing Him and not myself or anybody else. And I believe that this mindset comes with building intimacy with God. This comes with, being in that place of, Lord, I just want you to be pleased with my life. And within my life, I have the responsibility of being a wife and a mother and a homemaker. And because I want you to be pleased with my life, I want to serve in these roles in the best way that I can. And I can only do that with your help. I can only do that with your guidance. I can only do that by your strength and by your grace. And so I am committed to staying focused on the Lord in everything that I do. I try not to make it about me, but truly make it about Him. So in the way that I communicate with my family, and the way that I prepare meals, and just the way that I keep our home presentable, just in all of those things, I want God to be pleased, right? Yes, I want my family to be comfortable. Yes, I want our meal to look nice and to taste good, right, to my family. But again, ultimately, you can do all of those things, but if your heart is not in the right place, then what good is it, right? And so I want my heart to be in the right place when I'm serving. And the only way that that is going to happen is if I truly keep my eyes focused on the Lord and Him being pleased with the works of my hands. And so I want to wrap this video up by saying that, especially if you are a new wife, homemaker, and whether or not you're a mother, whatever season that you're in, even if you're single, right? Just understand that it is possible for you to grow as a Christian, even in the busyness of day-to-day life. It is possible. I know sometimes it may feel overwhelming and you may feel disconnected to God. And if that is you, I want you to understand that the Lord is never too far away. He is more near than you may feel like He is, right? And so it's just about getting into His presence. Like I said, being intentional, being disciplined, remembering that this is a relationship, right? So we have to nurture our relationship with the Lord, just like we nurture our relationship with our spouse and with our children and with friends, right? And other people that we know and we love. And then we also have to just serve as unto the Lord, right? It's not about being perfect, but it is truly about having a willing heart. So I hope that this video blessed you and encouraged you in some way. I would love to have you subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.